Look at us.
Weird.
Oh, oh, oh no.
We
Oh
are
no.
frozen.
Oh no. Okay. They can hear us. They can hear us. They can hear us, but they can't. They just see our weird pauseness. I do not understand
Oh,
why this is happening. What? How do I fix this?
I have no
Oh
idea.
Jesus. Who can help us? Who knows? Who knows how streaming works? Um that's great. Okay, is there Oh, hey Jack, that's awesome. We just are this is what's happening to us. Oh, you know what? Hold on, hold on, hold
I
on,
think
hold
it's perfect.
on.
That's how we do
Okay.
it.
Okay. Ooh.
Can you just?
Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen. This might be this. This is when you were like doing your. He was doing random commentary to me before,
Yeah.
the show, and so
That
okay.
that's her being like really angry
What
with
is
me.
happening? What is
Um.
happening? Hold on. Let me. Is this connected to the face cam? Yeah, that's connected to the face cam. See if this. Oh my
No.
gosh.
No.
Okay, alright. Oh my god, this is. I don't even.
Can you switch over to?
I can, hold on. Let me, okay, okay. It's never done this before. I don't know how to,
Can you switch to something else and then switch back?
Hey,
Hey, there we go.
okay. There we go. Oh my gosh. What, you know, it wouldn't be. I
Did
don't
you
know.
switch to something else in the back? How'd you do it?
I deactivated it and then reactivated it. Oh no, we're paused again. Why does it keep turning off? Oh, this is just okay. I don't know how to I don't know how to fix this. I don't know why it's doing this. This is ridiculous. Let me bring up my all right, all right. Hang on, hang on. You know what? We will we'll be right back. We'll be right back. What? I don't know.
Maybe we stay like this. That way
Just
when it freezes.
okay, yeah, this is the freeze frame. I don't know what's going on with the camera. It keeps like shutting off or deactivating or something. So this is gonna be
Well,
interesting.
we'll go as far as we can go.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. So we're professionals. And it's a good face cam too. It's the Elgato face cam that we're using. So I don't.
Yeah, but it. All right. Anyway.
It's never done this before. So anyway,
It could be OBS too.
Oh, it could be OBS,
Let's
but
blame
no,
it on
because the
OBS.
camera light will turn off as if it's like not.
Okay.
As if it's not on. So, well, we'll get as far as we can and see what happens. And if anything else goes weird, then we'll just be right back again and do all that good stuff. So, anyway, cool. Hi, everyone. Glad you can join us for this. This is why we have the pre-show banter. Anyway.
All right, take a breath.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Okay. Cool.
Do you need a count in?
I was gonna bring my. I gotta bring my iPad. It's stuck over here, so I can read it properly. All right.
You need a count in?
No, I'll just take it away. Oh, we always forget the clapper. No, don't get it. Don't get up. Don't get up. We don't know what's gonna happen if anything moves. If we touch anything, we don't know what's gonna happen. So. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cosmos with the Cosmos. I'm Liz.
I'm Mike.
And Brandon is on assignment right now, doing some
I hope
mysterious
he's gonna
adventures.
jump in the chat.
He may not. He's south of the equator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay. Careful, dog. Do not touch anything, dog, behind the scenes.
Who is that? Is that Jack?
It might have been Jack. Anyway.
Oh, it's Leia.
Of course it's Leia.
Because she's 8 miles long.
We have another episode of High in the Sky for you, and we're at June. Can you believe we're in June? Or about to be at June? We're talking about the June night sky? I feel like we just had,
January?
Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Time. Check out our time episode, because time is weird and doesn't make sense at all. And we don't understand it. Yeah.
Only now.
Anyway, of course, being Cosmos with Cosmos, what are you drinking?
Oh,
my love.
I should have had it out. I'm calling it a HAL 9000 just because of what you have in the notes, way down in the notes. NASA.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. All right.
It is a banana rum with pineapple orange banana juice. Because it's like a tropical drink, even though it's minus 8,000 degrees today.
Okay, yeah, it is chilly today, but June is summery, the tropical. It's that time of, it's supposed to be that time of year, even though it's been cold and rainy a little bit anyway. I, on the other hand, am drinking and promoting Dome 3D. I don't know if they even exist anymore, but I am drinking the Plowman. Because this is a kind of a dark, stoutish kind of beer, the beer of plowmen, I think,
Yeah, don't spill it on you.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. But it's a Rogue River Brewing, it's like a hazelnut stout or something. I can't remember, but it's good.
I should have called mine the barman.
The barman and the plowman.
The barman and the plowman. I'm going to change mine to the barman.
Okay, you're the barman and the plowman.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Because I have 2 drinks.
You can retract it. We just make the names up anyway. It's not like...
So, I have 2 drinks. So,
okay.
My main one's the barman.
Okay.
Because we talked about it last night. And then my other one, which is a sweet tea with no sugar. Mixed with orange vodka.
Ooh, like an orange tea?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll take a, I was going to say, I'll take a gander, but...
So that'll be my HAL 9000.
Oh,
yeah.
Hello.
It's not too bad, is it?
That's actually quite nice. I enjoy that. Looks like Adam and Katie having some margaritas. That's fun. And, Jack, you made blueberry and hazelnut cocoa. Oh, you see, it's raining where Jack is, too. What is with this weather?
Yeah,
Sounds
and
delicious,
your mom,
though.
it was 31 degrees this morning.
I know. Well, Jack and I both have hazelnut things.
Yeah.
Just mine's in beer form.
And minus the blueberry. Though we did have a really nice blueberry.
Yes, a new bakery opened up in town, and we had a blueberry galot.
I was going to say gazelle, knowing that's not
galot,
the right word.
And it was with these fresh blueberries in it. Oh, it was so good. By the way, custom cake coming for Katie for her birthday coming up here. Just FYI. All right. Well, speaking of Katie, you can check out her awesome art on Etsy, Wildixia, Wildixia. Also check out our good buddy Ron, MrProctorShow.com. You can also find him on the Instas and all that. Ron Proctor doing some really cool stuff with Peak Observatory, and he just seems to be going around and just doing cool shit. And of course, our good buddy Jack, not the dog, the human, down in the Council Bluffs, Iowa area with his planetarium, Rolling Bluffs Planetarium, rollingbluffsplanetarium.com. And Brandon has joined us in chat. He can't hear us, but he's with us in spirit.
But everybody else can hear us, though.
Yeah, I think he just can't, listen to us, maybe. But yes.
We should get Jack and Jack together.
Jack and Jack? Oh my god, it'd be adorable. It would be adorable. They can both wear little hats or something. Oh god. It'd be so cute. Anyway, follow us on all the things at Drinking Cosmos on
We're frozen.
Oh, why is it doing this? Oh my gosh. I don't get it. Jesus. I like we froze on a nice little smile though. So that's fun.
I thought just
cool.
Studio mode or whatever it is.
Yeah, I guess we'll just kind of deal with this all day. I'm not sure why. I can't close OBS because I don't know how to deal with the stream if that happens and restarting the stream. Anybody know how to restart the stream? When that happens? All right, there we go. Okay, we're just gonna do this the whole time.
Yeah.
And have this, and this will just be our janky video show. That's what we'll call it, the janky video episode. But anyway, so follow us on all the things at Drinking Cosmos on Twitter and Cosmos with Cosmos everywhere else, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, that good stuff. We got some cool short shots of astronomy called The Shot that come out every other Wednesday.
Don't we need to record some
Yeah,
more?
we're going to need to record some more. So check those out if you like more of a short form media content. And of course, in the episodes, we have a little rules, a little drinking game, if you will. If you hear a dog bark, take a drink. And if we make any nerdy Lord of the Rings or Star Wars references, also take a drink. Because, and I have a little bit of fun with it. Oh, okay. Jack says it might also be YouTube. I was watching a stream yesterday and it was really a pixely mess about every 20 minutes. Okay, so YouTube. But our camera keeps turning off. The light keeps turning off. So I don't know.
I think it's probably on our end somehow.
I'm just making sure no dog is laying on the camera. So yeah,
No,
I think it's probably an issue on our end. But it wasn't doing this earlier anyway. But okay, cool. So let's get high in the sky. I'm going to say it like that every time because I think it's fun and I like it.
Nobody has said anything.
I know. I'm just saying. Of course, on our High in the Skies, we do like to typically have a constellation highlight for the month. And I was kind of debating this month's constellation highlight. I thought about maybe like Lupus, the Wolf, or Libra, the Scales of Justice. But yeah, some non-typical ones. However, I realized, those ones are kind of dim. They're really not very obvious to find in the night sky.
Wait, Lupus?
Yeah.
You mean Lepus?
No, Lupus. A wolf. It's a wolf.
Oh, okay.
Not Lepus the hare. Lupus the wolf. Like lupine.
Lepus the hare, but isn't lupus like a disease?
It is also a disease,
okay.
Yes. And it's also the first condition House thinks of in the show House. It's always lupus at first, and then it's not lupus. But, no, I did not go with lupus or lepus or Libra.
Who'd you go with?
I went with the good old classic, Bootes.
Oh, the plowman.
The plowman, the plowman or the herdsman. Kind of depending on, it could be either or.
His brother's
depending on your translation of Greek, I assume. His brother's what?
The barman.
His brother's the barman.
I'd make my
yes,
drink work
yes.
somehow.
Unofficially, brother of Bootes is the barman, which is Baates. I don't know.
It's very Boston.
Baates. Yeah, Baates. That's how they say Bootes in Boston. It's Baates. I don't know. Or if you're a sheep. Anyway. Bootes is one of Ptolemy's original 48 constellations, so it goes back. It goes back to the ancient peoples looking at the sky. And of course, it has remained as one of the modern 88 constellations that is recognized. And it's easy to find, and you can find it using the Big Dipper. Big D. You know, I knew I shouldn't as soon as it popped in my head, but I was like, I gotta go through with it now. Which the Big Dipper is part of Ursa Major, the Big Bear, in the northern part of the
Big
side.
Dicker.
Oh God, yeah, I did, yeah, yep. I have to consciously not say that. And the Big Dipper, see, it's easy to find in the northern sky, very recognizable. I'd say that the majority of people probably have heard of it or can easily recognize it in the sky. Even in a light polluted sky, it stands out. And you can, once you find the Big Dipper, you use the handle of the Big Dipper. You follow the arc of the handle to the first brightest star you hit, Arcturus.
Right. So what do you say?
You arc to Arcturus.
And spike to Spica.
Yeah, Spica being in the constellation of Virgo. There's like a whole little chain of stars that you can go.
A chain
through.
of two.
A chain of two. No, I think you can go somewhere else after Spica, but maybe not. Maybe
Anyway,
I'm making
you arc
that up
to
in
Arcturus.
My brain.
Woo! Follow that arc.
Whee!
Bam! You hit it.
And Arcturus is a bright star. It's actually the fourth brightest star in the nighttime sky. It'll be like a bright orangey star, so easy to spot.
We're off.
And it is the... Oh, gosh.
We're good now.
And I'll just do that every time. And it is the kind of bottom point star of a shape that looks like a kite in the sky. So from Arcturus, you'll see some you'll see some lines like you're in the planetarium. No, you'll kind of notice this this sort of kite shape of stars, of brightish stars above it, sort of thing. And so that is the body of Bootes. And then if you get like Star App or go visit your local planetarium and they point out Bootes, you'll see he has some arms and there's other depiction of him. I think he only has one arm.
Yeah, he's got one arm that goes up. So he's got little tiny feet.
He's got little legs. He's got little legs.
Tiny legs.
Little legs.
Big ass body.
This big weird kite shaped, diamond shaped body, and then an arm coming out.
And then a little head, triangle head.
He's a handsome plowman. Plowman.
And he's got an arm that sticks up.
So that is the shape of Bootes, the shape of the bear herder. Now, speaking of Arcturus, again, Arcturus is kind of translated as the guardian of the bear or the watcher, and it's an orange giant star that is 7.1 billion years old.
Jeez.
So it's gone off what's called the main sequence, the main part of its life, and now it's in old age.
Right.
It's running out of fuel. It's dying. But as it has gone through this process, being kind of similar in mass to the sun, it's actually 25 times the diameter of the sun because it's kind of fluffed out those outer layers. As the core shrinks, it doesn't have the gravity to hold on to those outer layers, so they start to kind of balloon off of the core, causing it to become this orange giant.
Because the core is so hot.
Because the core is hot. It's getting hot in there.
Yeah,
take off all your gas.
Fusing helium makes a lot of heat.
Now...
Oh, I bet it's not helium at that point anymore. But anyway.
No, it's run out, it's run out of the hydrogen, so...
Yeah, it's definitely helium.
Yeah. Oh, and he's holding Corona... Jack says that Bootes is holding Corona Borealis in his other hand. I never noticed that, Jack.
You stole that crown.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Man, okay. The plowman has lofty goals, apparently. Yeah. It's taken over. Now, Arcturus is 36.7 light years away, and the Hipparcos satellite astrometry data actually suggests that it might be a binary star, but its companion star is like so much dimmer that it's very hard to detect. So the results of kind of the studies are inconclusive, but there's, I guess, a little bit of evidence that shows there is possibly a companion star with Arcturus, which wouldn't be surprising because the majority of stars are binary star systems.
And just astrometry
yes.
is the study of like the positions of stars and stuff like that. And so, and Hipparchus can do really high precision. This is where that star is, and if it moves in a certain way,
that indicates
there might be
yeah,
another.
like there's
companion.
something like pulling on it and that sort of thing. So, so that would be interesting with further data that could come out about that. Now, in addition to Bootes, Arcturus, of course, Bootes has other bright stars in it.
How far away is it?
36.7 light years away. I said that before I said the Hipparchus stuff.
Okay.
Not even listening to me.
I'm not.
Not even paying attention in your own podcast. But the second brightest star in the constellation of Bootes itself is just, if you find Bootes, look above it and to the left of it, and you'll hit the next rung in the kite, I suppose. And that is a star called Izar. Or Izar? Izar?
So, above is north, to the left is east. Just so that everybody.
Okay. There you go. Thank you. You make it more professional. And Izar is Arabic, meaning veil. And actually, the majority of stars have Arabic names because most of them were like kind of cataloged and written down in the Middle East by Arabic astronomers way back in the back in the day. Way back in the day, as it were. Oh, we're paused again. Woo! Awesome. So, should take a drink every time our video freezes.
Yeah, every time we.
Special rule of the episode is take a drink every time the video freezes. So Izar, it is 236 light years away. It is a binary star system, and apparently it's super cool to see through a telescope because it's a contrasting. The stars contrast each other. One is an orange giant, and the other is a blue-white main sequence star.
Oh, it's kind of like Cygnus. It's the Cygnus, like the eye. If you follow like the head of Cygnus,
yes.
Yes. It's like the same thing, like an orange and blue.
Yeah. So apparently it's a very cool star to look at through a telescope to see that contrasting colors of each stars. And they're 185 astronomical units apart. One astronomical unit is 93 million miles, and that is the distance between the sun and the Earth. So they're very far apart from each other. So far apart that they orbit each other every 1,000 years. A 1,000-year orbit.
Wow.
So pretty long. Now, I found an interesting tidbit about Izar, and apparently in the 1970s it became a part of like this alien mystery. Some Scottish like astronomer and science fiction writer named Duncan Lunan. I would do a Scottish accent, but I cannot.
You piss off the whole country.
He published an article in the Journal magazine, I don't know what it was, but called Space Flight, in 1973, and he claimed that he had identified and interpreted a hidden radio message from a 10,000-year-old alien space probe sent by inhabitants of a planet in the Epsilon Bootes system.
Okay.
And this got like sensational news. It was even reported in Time. Wow. But then in 1976, he withdrew the claim. Because it was bullshit, basically.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, yeah. But it actually partly inspired a German author, Mark Brandis's 1974 novel called Responsibly Epsilon. That was not German. That was bad. I apologize to the country of Germany. Meaning space probe.
Nobody's listening.
Yeah, space probe Epsilon. So wild.
But you did say it angrily.
Yeah.
Which is like the entire language.
Yeah.
You
gotta tell me what I got.
So now we gotta take a drink.
We gotta take a drink. I was already about to take a drink too. Look at that. Cool.
Even when they say I love you, it's just filled with anger and hate.
Ich liebe dich.
Yeah. It's like they're gonna.
What? I'll say Ich liebe dich.
You still sound like you're gonna hit me with a hammer.
So, a wild, random conspiracy, alien conspiracy with Izar in the constellation of Bootes. I would never have thought that, By the way, I just want to say there is a little bit of a delay, so we know we're frozen before you say we're frozen in chat. Just FYI. Okay, so of course with these constellations, there's also mythology surrounding them. Now, all this mythology that I got basically is sourced from the good old-fashioned, highly reputable Wikipedia. That's the amount of time I had. So, Bootes in ancient Babylon. By the way, your job, you got to keep an eye on you keep an eye on the freeze frame, okay? There you go. You watch to make sure we're frozen, or not. You let me know.
Didn't I tell you last time?
No, but you're looking at the notes, so I need you to keep an eye on that because I got to look at the notes. So in ancient Babylon, it was called, or the collection of stars was called Shupa. And it was depicted as the god Enlil, which is the leader of the Babylonian pantheon, which king of the Babylonian gods is basically what that means. In ancient Egypt, it was possibly just an animal foreleg, like an ox's foreleg or something.
Well, you know, they gotta have legs.
And if you look up Bootes and look up kind of, the line art of Bootes, yeah, okay. I can see that. I can see how it could be a foreleg. Of course, the most popular stories and that we know are originated in ancient Greece, and there's a couple different ones, like there always is. There's always various different versions of stories. In one of them, Bootes is basically seen as the son of Demeter, a plowman who drove ox herding Ursa Major, the big bear. And the ancient Greeks also saw the Big Dipper as a plow or a cart with oxen. So that checks out, I guess. Another one comes from a guy named Hyginus. I believe we've referenced him before on the show. Clean guy, very clean, apparently. And he says, or in this story from Hyginus, is Bootes is represented as Icarus. We all know Icarus of the Fly Too Close to the Sun fame.
Yeah, what happened?
So apparently Icarus was schooled as a grape farmer and a winemaker by Dionysus, the party god, basically. And so Icarus ended up making wine so strong that those who drank it appeared poisoned. Okay. So it just got people real fucked up. And it caused, I guess, shepherds to avenge their supposedly poisoned friends by killing Icarus. So they're like, you poison them, even though they're just really drunk. And so they kill them, basically. So then, okay, it gets really weird. Okay, so Mara, Icarus's dog, brought his daughter Erogone to her father's body. And when she saw her father's body, she and the dog committed suicide. Now, I don't know what choice the dog made in this supposed suicide.
Well, okay, if Leia stumbled upon you like that, she would do that.
She killed herself.
But if she stumbled upon me, she'd be like, all right, who's going to feed me? You got to feed me now.
So, what the method of suicide? I don't know. So then Zeus
ate some chocolate.
Zeus then, yeah, the dog ate some of the grapes then. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Then got poisoned. Zeus then chose, I don't know why, to honor all three of them by placing them in the sky as constellations, with Icarus being Bootes, Erogone as Virgo, and Mara as Canis Major or Canis Minor.
Let's hope Major, because Major, well...
Either one. I mean, whatever. Depends if it was a small or big dog. We don't know.
We
don't know what breed this dog was.
Canis Major looks like a really weird dog, and then Canis Minor's a hot dog.
Canis Minor's a hot dog. Yeah, it's a wiener dog. It's a dachshund. So we don't know what kind of dog it was. So that's one story, which is wild. Which is just, I've never heard it before. Now this other story, I have heard, but I've heard it in a different way, and apparently, I guess I've been telling the story of the bears wrong, with the where this doesn't include Bootes, but apparently Bootes is Arcus, the son of Callisto and Zeus. Zeus, by the way, also married to Hera, but like the human women, so he'd go about taking advantage of them. So the long story short is that Arcus was brought up by his grandfather, and Zeus apparently decided to come to dinner, as a king of the god does, come to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Now the grandfather wanted to test that it was actually really Zeus that was coming to dinner. So, as one does, to test if the king of the gods is actually at your dinner table, you kill your own grandson and serve it to Zeus, the king of the gods. That's the god test, I guess.
I'm glad my grandparents didn't do that.
Yeah, but Zeus didn't fall for it. He got very mad, apparently. It was like, what the hell? So he turned the grandfather into a wolf. I don't know why. I don't know how bad of a punishment this is. By the way, the grandfather's name is Lycaon. So Lycus, wolf, where, and he brought Arcus back to life. So he's like, hey, your grandfather sucked. You get your life back. So Arcus is like, cool. Now, meanwhile, Hera, not happy about, the whole Callisto-Zeus affair. Hera is a very vengeful queen of the gods, very angry, especially if you watch the show Hercules. She's always pissed off about something. And so she turned Callisto into a bear, right? Now, Arcus, he went out hunting as young men do in ancient Greece, and he stumbled upon this bear that was his mother. And he didn't know it was his mom, and he's going to try and, hunt this bear, or he'd shoot this bear because it's a bear and he's threatened. But Zeus decided to save Callisto by putting her in the sky as Ursa Major, and then because he, didn't want Arcus to I don't know, feel bad about his mom or something, I don't know, he placed Arcus into the sky as Bootes, the guardian of the bear. Okay. Now, in the version that I know and have told in many Planetarium shows is that Arcus is actually the little bear that's together with his mom. They turned him into the little bear and not Bootes. Although I didn't know about this whole grandfather killing him and trying to feed him to Zeus part of it. It's very in the Greek stories, you hear the version that is told to kids, of course, and then it's then there's the grim fairy tale version where it's oh, this is real fucked up.
Which is the real version.
Story. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day.
Meanwhile, the Greeks are hey, these are the bedtime stories that we tell to our kids.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Greeks be crazy. Greeks be crazy. Now, of course, there is
Greeks be wild.
Greeks be wild. The Chinese. I just wanted to highlight the Chinese ones because the Chinese ones are always a little wild. But interestingly, Bootes has a prominent designation in the sky because Arcturus marks the beginning of the lunar calendar. And so Bootes is part of the celestial king's throne or the blue dragon. Okay. But either way, it's a prominent designation in the Chinese sky.
So does the lunar calendar start when... I mean, the moon passes it every month.
I didn't look up the lunar calendar.
I got it. But I'll ask them in a few weeks.
Okay, yeah, because you'll be there. So pick your story, but also pick your flavor, because as I mentioned before, the shape of Bootes is like a kite or a diamond, but you can also imagine it as an ice cream cone, which we always did in the planetarium. Always, yeah. So you can just look at Bootes and think of ice cream because it's about to be summer.
Yeah.
You're seeing them in summer.
But, there's only a few constellations that actually look like what they're supposed to. Most of them really don't look like...
No, you got to use some wild imagination.
You gotta have some of that poison wine.
Yeah.
To get you really fucked up to see.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they were having.
But yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, they drank a lot of wine. They're known for the grapes and the olives. I don't know what olives has to do with making good martinis. Yeah.
Dirty martinis.
Dirty martinis. All right, so constellations and asterism, which would be like the Big Dipper being a part of a larger constellation, or the ice cream cone being a part of Boötes, the kite, those are up there, but not the only things that you can find in the night sky. Of course,
what else can you find?
Planets like to meander. They like to wander, as it were, across the night
some
sky
meander
occasionally.
quickly, some just very kind of slow,
yeah, just
like
kind of
Saturn.
Yeah, it just kind of depends, how far away they are.
Mercury's really quick.
Yeah.
Always on the go.
Always. And you hardly get to see him. He's kind of like, but it makes sense because Mercury, also Hermes, the messenger god. So he's just zipping around.
As my mom would say, got fleet feet.
Fleet feet?
Yeah. Really quick.
Oh, okay.
I guess you can ask my mom.
I guess so. I haven't heard that. So on June 4th, Mercury and Jupes. Merc and Jupes, M and J, they will be half a degree apart in the morning sky. So in the early morning sky, probably low on the horizon. Well, it will be low on the horizon because Mercury doesn't get very high above the horizon, being so close to the sun. But they'll be pretty close in the sky. Mars will be more visible at the end of June in the early morning, rising about 3 hours before sunrise. So if you're up in the middle of the night. And then Jupes also, again, in the early morning hours before sunrise will be visible. But really, at the end of the day, June is kind of a crappy month for planet viewing. Venus isn't really visible, Saturn's not going to be visible, and of course Uranus and Neptune, you need binoculars, but I don't think they're really up and visible at all either. So, oh, hey! Welcome, special guest, Leia. General Leia Organa, wanting attention.
No, Jack was.
Yeah, and yes, Mom, he does have little wings on his feet. Hermes or the Roman version, which is Mercury.
Flea feet.
But some events that will be happening in the month, since the planets aren't really giving us a show in June. Rude.
To look at.
All month, it is possible to see noctilucent clouds. Noctilucent?
Sure.
Noctilucent.
Say it with confidence.
Noctilucent clouds, which means night shining cloud displays. So what these N clouds are clouds of icy dust that form at very high altitudes at the edge of space, and they're illuminated by the sun long after the sun has set, and you get these kind of like blue-white swirls and curls and tendrils of clouds in the evening sky. I didn't look up that information, but apparently between like May through like July or something is like the time to see them. Like you can't see them all year long. Apparently there's something that allows you to see them best during primarily June, I would say. So he'll Google that on the fly. On June 6th, we have a new moon, so that'll be the best time to stargaze and look at the constellations, because a bright moon, of course, hinders visibility, and of course the best time to get your telescope out if you have it, or binoculars, and look for more of the deep sky objects that are out there as well. June 20th, we got summer solstice. June 20th, summer has arrived, and I can't believe that, like, it's almost summer.
I know, right?
Like, what the heck? Did you find an answer?
Yeah, but keep talking.
Okay. June 22nd is the full moon. It's known as the strawberry moon, and that's because that is known as the best time of year to gather ripe fruit. And generally, all the full moon names come from Native American tribes. It also has the alternative names of rose moon or honey moon.
Nice. So, the noctilucent clouds, they form because. Or they're visible because the sun does not set far below the horizon during the summer months. So
so it's closer.
So it is. It is. Oh, I love that.
That face.
We should have just kept it.
I know. I should have just kept it. That would be just the whole show is just my face looking like that.
Yeah. So since the sun's not too far below the horizon for the northern hemisphere, that's why. And then obviously during the southern summer. It would be like December, January, that type of thing for them.
Okay, all right. So because the sun's just closer. Well, not physically, no. But it's just like
it's not as far beneath the horizon.
Yes. That's cool. We'll have to keep an eye out on that in the evening hours. Although it stays light for like ever.
Yeah, and then we're like,
and we're tired. We didn't go to bed now. Anyway.
Because we're old.
Yeah. All right,
we're 95. She's more 95 than I am.
Yeah, I definitely am.
I'm more 75 now.
I'm more like 115. But anyway, so that's some of the night sky events and things that you can find. Of course, we always recommend trying out like a star map app on your phone or like a tablet or whatever to help you find things up there or help you identify something that you see and you're not sure what it is.
If you get that northern hemisphere star chart tattoo, I'll just use your shoulder. Or whatever it is.
Okay, yeah, that'll be.
Let me see the tattoo.
Yeah, okay, that'll be. We'll see. That's a much future tattoo down the line. That was just an idea I had. Anyway, now is time for astronomy news. Latest astronomy news. It's time for Cosmos astronomy news. That wasn't a good one. I gotta practice my 1930s news voice. Yeah. So obviously, I don't know what the kids are saying this day for obviously. I'm just gonna say obs.
I don't know.
Solar flare. We just had a huge, massive X.7 flare from a monster sunspot on the sun. Of course, it was all in the news. We're frozen again. I saw the light turn off. Where people down. How far down did it go latitude-wise?
Alabama, Mississippi, like around there.
Yeah, could see the northern lights.
Yeah, so it dipped in the central part of the country.
Yeah.
So Jack should have been able to see it, hopefully. But we have a big kind of hill to the mountain / hill.
But typically, the northern lights are reserved for the higher latitudes on the Earth, like Alaska, Iceland. They get the pretty light shows. When the high energy particles from the sun decide to stop by and interact with the magnetic field in our atmosphere and
They decide to come by unannounced.
Unannounced. And create a little light show. So it was a special kind of event that people, as low as Mississippi, were able to see the. I know it's happening more often. I don't like it. We're able to see it. So what happened? What is it? Basically, a solar flare, it's an intense burst of electromagnetic radiation that originates from sunspots on the sun's surface. So the sun's magnetic field, as it rotates, it gets all twisted and kinky and crazy around the sun. And so it causes these like kind of loops of plasma from these sunspots, and they eventually will break. And that breakage is this massive explosion, essentially, off the surface of the sun that then streams out these high-energy particles out into space. And sometimes that happens in the direction of the Earth. Luckily, we do have a magnetic field that protects us from those high-energy particles, but some make their way in, interact with our atmosphere, and we get this pretty light show. And the colors kind of indicate the elements in the atmosphere, right? Like it's oxygen and nitrogen and all that good stuff. And the X class of flare is the most powerful, and it goes up to X10, I believe, on the scale. So an X.8.7 is a pretty big explosion. I mean, we're talking like a lot of nuclear bombs, like
yeah,
whoa, a lot. That's my That's my Jack says it was 80 degrees up on the northern horizon on the Friday, and about 20 degrees up on Saturday, and he saw all but the purple colors represented. Oh, still,
80
that's
degrees
pretty
up is
cool.
high.
That's
That's
so
high up.
cool. There were one of the downsides though with these solar flares is that really powerful ones, they can interact and fuck up our satellites really.
And power grids.
And power grids and things. So there are kind of consequences. In fact, in 18 something, there was one that caused a blackout in Canada.
Yeah.
Right. And apparently in Australia and eastern China, there were reports of some blackouts
It could have been in the 1800s. They didn't have big power grids.
Oh, then 1900s. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was sometime. Early 1900s. But in Australia and eastern China, they reported some blackouts for certain radio frequencies. I think it was like below 20 gigahertz, whatever the hertz is of radio frequencies. So there were some consequences to it, but we're largely protected, and we know when they're kind of coming our way, and so we can take measures to help avoid damage, like powering down satellites or powering down things, and
try to
protect the grids and stuff, because we can be like, oh shit, Here it comes.
It was my dad's birthday, and I could not get him on the phone. And I'm wondering if...
it maybe had an effect because they were saying that
because
it was all down.
Yeah, it was about the time.
Oh, okay.
But I
didn't even make that connection.
Yeah, I don't know. I even blamed it on the sun when I talked to my mom.
In other news, James Webb at it again. Good old Webby Webbs.
Always at it. Always doing stuff.
The exoplanet detective on the case, James Webb. It possibly has detected an atmosphere around a rocky planet, Cancri 55e. Now, this rocky planet, not like an Earth rocky planet. It's a rocky planet that's a super Earth. It is slightly larger and denser than the Earth. It's bigger than the Earth, but smaller than Neptune. And bigger rocky. It's bigger than the Earth, but smaller than Neptune.
Oh, okay.
And it's rocky. It's 41 light years from Earth. Orbits a sun-like star, but it's I forgot to look up its distance from the star, but it's like a molten hellscape. Molten lava hellscape, basically. So
sounds about right.
Not conducive to going there. Now, this research, excuse me, it's my plowman here. It's giving me the burps. This research was published in the journal Nature. Bryce Oliver Demery, a professor of astrophysics at the University of Bern, is the lead author, and of course a whole team behind him. But his research is showing that it could be possible for a hot and irradiated planet to sustain gaseous atmosphere.
Okay.
And this atmosphere is most likely like a carbon dioxide or monoxide. And he's actually been studying this planet for like the past 10 years or something, using the space. Using the space telescope CHEOPS. And so CHEOPS has done like a bulk of the work, but then Webb has stepped in with its MIRI
it swoops in
camera.
at the end and says, I'm involved. Kind of like me painting the bedroom.
Yeah. So Webb is like a complement to the research using the MIRI's camera technology? MIRI camera? Yeah, the MIRI camera. And so the first indication that 55 Cancri E could have a substantial atmosphere came from temperature measurements. Based on its thermal emission or the heat energy that's given off from infrared light. So the planet itself is covered in a dark molten rock and has like a thin veil. A thin izar. Hey, look like I connected that there. Vaporized rock. So the day side of this planet should be 2,200 degrees Celsius. It's a hot day.
We could do that.
It's a hot day.
We can do that.
However, the Webb data showed a temperature of 1,500 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So that means that the energy is being dispersed across the daytime to night side in a very efficient way, a quick way, which is more so than like the I don't know, the natural like lava processes or whatever could disperse that energy. So that indicates to them that there's most likely an atmosphere that is then dispersing that energy around the planet.
So instead of like Death Valley temperatures, it has Phoenix temperatures.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
cool.
So that's fun. So I love it. I love that we have like this technology now that we can really like these exoplanets are really fascinating, and learning about these exoplanets and what can and cannot.
I mean, what a time to be alive, but also imagine what it'd be like, 100 years from now.
Oh yeah,
because think about the way it was 100 years ago.
Yeah.
In the mid 1920s,
Yeah.
they were just coming up with the ideas of quantum physics and stuff like that, and now here we are.
I mean, they thought. I mean, in 17 whatever, they thought like Uranus was hot shit. They were like, "Holy crap! Look at this! Look at this crazy planet tipped on its side."
Yeah.
But now we got molten lava worlds with atmospheres that we didn't think could be possible around such a large and hot planet. But not only that, there is a cotton candy planet. Welcome to Candyland.
Oh, I bet it tastes so good, but I can't touch it.
No, it's not going to. A cotton candy planet. So basically, this planet is called WASP 193b. Sexy. It's 50% larger than Jupes. By the way, Jupiter can fit 1,300 Earths inside of it. And this planet is 50% larger than Jupiter. It's a big boy.
Okay.
All right. Think of like the largest cotton candy thing you could spin. It's big. Imagine all that cotton candy on that little paper cone.
It's just sugar.
It's all it is sugar.
Oh
my God. But okay.
How many birds would love it?
But it is the second lightest planet ever found. So while it's super big, it's also super light.
So talking mass here. So
it's 1,200 light years from Earth, and these planets. There's the lightest one, which I'll talk about in a second, but they're known as puffy Jupiters.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Puffy Jupiters. It's like Jupiter put on like one of those little puff jackets. Yeah, little puff jubies.
We should make a graphic like that.
We should. Now the lightest planet ever found is Kepler 51d, and it is super puffy. It's a super puffy Jupiter, and it's a Jupiter size but 100 times lighter.
That should be our band name, Super Puffy.
Super Puffy? Super Puffy Jupes.
Super Puffy Jupes.
Super Puffy Jupes. So the
World tour.
So the cotton candy analogy is because it's mostly made of light gases rather than solids. And mostly made of hydrogen and helium. Now,
does everybody have like a high-pitched voice on that planet?
Oh my God. Yeah, you just like suck a little bit. You just like get a little. And then, there's like a little straw you can.
Yeah, so the helium, the hydrogen makes your voice high pitched, but then the helium kind of makes you float up. So everybody's just kind of floating and going back down with these high pitched voices.
What a Willy Wonka planet!
I know, right?
The Willy Wonka planets. Now it was really hard to find these planets. These I don't know how many puffy Jupiters they've found, but they used radial velocity. So this is basically looking at a star and its luminosity. No. It's the tug. It's the tug on the star. So it's change. It's kind of like
using astrometry.
Astrometry, yeah. So it's watching it kind of like a wobble or move. But these puffy Jupes, they're so light, they don't have a lot of pull on the star, so it's like barely indistinguishable that they're there. So it took them 4 years to get enough radial velocity data, enough of a wobble to be like, okay, there is a planet there, but it's just so light. It's not pulling its star a lot. And this is
they're using Doppler. Basically, it's Doppler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like a weird thing. It's a mystery because like classical evolution models of planets, of gas giants, don't explain this phenomenon of how they could be so light and not have like the more of the solids that we see. Not that Jupiter has a lot of, I mean, Jupiter gets pretty dense. If you jump into Jupiter, you're eventually going to like get stuck in it. Like it's not like these, everybody thinks of gas giants like, oh, it's like a cloud like. These ones are more like cloud likes. They're more like gaseous
you would still
planets.
Get stuck,
you're still going to get stuck at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, exactly like a cloud, but pretty interesting to find like these planets that are hard to detect. So it makes you wonder, okay, how many fluffy Jupiters are there, and really what is the evolution of gas giants? Because we have, our data points and then, some that we've been able to detect so far, but then you have this curveball come in and go, oh, wait, okay.
Yeah,
so
but just saying, it's such a myriad of different types of planets, and so, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's exciting too. The universe is full of mysteries.
Yeah. We don't have it all figured out.
We do
no matter
not,
what they said in 1800s.
In any way, shape, or form. In other news. All right, let's take it back to a much more familiar planet, our home, our Earth. Back down to humanity. And this one, I thought was interesting because I didn't think that this was like a thing, but apparently it is now because we see it all over. Now when I search Google, I get AI giving me a little synopsis of what it's found on the internet. When I open Adobe Acrobat, it wants me to use some AI tool. When I, am looking at Amazon, it has some like Rufus AI pop up and want to sell me shit. I don't know. But NASA names the first chief officer of AI, artificial intelligence. And I have plagiarized this article from NASA.gov.
Are they a real person?
They are.
They could be.
They are a real person. Wouldn't that be something? It's Watson. Like NASA names Watson as the.
It's Samo.
Watch John Mulaney. Everybody's in LA. It's great. But David Salvagini has been named the first chief officer of AI. And according to Bill Nelson, NASA administrator.
Who is 9 billion years. Why is everybody so old?
Right, because
anyway,
that's what we do.
Bill, all right.
Artificial intelligence has been safely used at NASA for decades. That's news. Cool.
I know, right?
And as this technology expands, it can accelerate the pace of discovery. It's important that we remain at the forefront of advancement and responsible use. In this new role, David will lead NASA's efforts to guide our agency's responsible use of AI in the cosmos and on Earth to benefit all of humanity.
The HAL 9000.
There you go. Which ended up trying to kill Dave.
Yeah.
And we all know what happens with Skynet. I'm just saying. Slippery slope.
I did debate Skynet as a name.
I mean, yeah, it's, the appointment is in accordance with President Biden's executive order on the safe, secure, and trustworthy development and use of artificial intelligence. So he's responsible for, like, aligning
Another old guy.
Yeah, right? He's responsible for aligning the strategic vision and planning for AI usage across NASA, and will be a champion for AI innovation, and supporting the development and risk management tools of using AI.
AI is going to kill us.
So,
I mean, this is how we die.
Only if it becomes sentient. And then
it kills us
we're
off.
fucked because it's going to be like, you guys need to go away. Yeah. It's going to Thanos. So I have a little side note piece of, it's not really news, but it is something that just came out that NASA kind of released a video of, that you, we're frozen again, that you can watch, and it is a black hole simulation, and I'm taking a sip of my drink, and I just thought it was really cool. So I just wanted to promote it. I just wanted to share it. So you can just Google NASA black hole simulation. It's basically what it would look like to plunge into
Wait a minute, you have more instructions as to Google it, but then you have more instructions as what to do.
Oh, yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay.
I forgot about that part, but I'll say it again. But anyway, it's a simulation of what it would look like to jump into a black hole, except for the spaghettification and dying horrifically part. So it's just like, if everything's fine and jumping into a black hole is no big deal, kind of like what it would look like as you go in there and enter the event horizon, and how the universe warps and all that good
into the event horizon.
Into the black hole.
Into the monsters of the cat.
Into the black hole.
But anyway, I bet this David, this
Salvagini?
AI guy, he's going to figure out a way to spaghettify us. As we watch the video, we're just going to spaghettify.
I don't know how you would, because you're using your first person.
The AI will figure it out. It will figure it out.
So anyway, as I said again, Google it, drop some acid, get some mushrooms, get high, and watch it, because it's pretty cool. No, acid's illegal. Don't do that. Mushrooms are still illegal, too. So don't do that. But yeah, so, I mean, I just thought that was cool. So you can check that out and watch it on YouTube, because, science be wild.
Science be wild.
That's what I got for our High in the Sky
Awesome.
June 2024 episode. Did you have a good time?
I did.
I mean, I'm pissed off at our camera. I don't know what the hell it's doing. I don't think I'll figure it out when we take a break before we go into the hangover. But on that note, thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Hold on.
Hold on. Oh.
Yeah, let them know. We're not going to be here in 2 weeks.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, we're taking the 2nd.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me look at my calendar real fast.
I think it's the 2nd.
Because I'm fancy.
And so,
yeah, we're taking the 2nd off, just because we have some family coming in. So we will be back at you.
We're frozen.
Oh gosh,
we're frozen.
It's just, you know what? It's just my life right now.
You will be back, or somebody will be back on the 16th. But I will not. So I do want to take.
That's gonna be weird.
So I do want to take this opportunity to say, because I'm not going to see anybody until the end of June. So preemptively, early, not preemptively, early. I'm going to say Happy Pride Month to everybody. Yep.
Oh, I should have put that in the. It's not astronomy news. I didn't even think about it.
So yeah, but there's going to be like another episode on the 2nd. So I want to say Happy Pride Month to everybody. And gosh, that was quick. That was really fast on the freezing. Yeah, I look better there instead of like, yeah. So So for everybody that is kind of questioning who they are and stuff, we see you and we accept you. And for all the allies out there, thank you very much for being a part of our lives. And happy Pride, everybody. And I will see you at the end of June. Yeah, when I get back from China.
The 30th.
So I'll see you on the 30th.
June. And then you'll get probably maybe just me, maybe Brandon.
Yeah, I think Brandon will probably be the.
Okay, me and Brandon for the 16th. So that'll be
and I'm gonna try
fun.
I'm gonna try to join from China, but it all depends on VPNs and getting through firewalls and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, we'll see about that.
But it might be just me typing, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, you could join in chat.
But it's also going to be like really late at night. So.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us on this episode of High in the Sky for June 2024. Follow us on all the things. At Drinking Cosmos on Twitter and Cosmos with Cosmos everywhere else. You can listen to us on Spotify, or you can check out our videos, including The Shot with Cosmos with Cosmos.
We gotta record more.
On the YouTubes. Also, only on YouTube's The Hangover, which is what we will do after this episode.
Hopefully the camera will work.
Yeah, we'll find out. So again,
cheers, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. And for those of you with us now, we'll be right back for The Hangover, and hopefully our camera's probably going to be shit anyway, so we'll see. Be right back. because we're on studio mode, and I have to. Our camera is still
acting up.
Our camera's still acting up, so we're just gonna be freezing and not freezing, and I can't figure out why. Probably need to restart the computer, but obviously in the middle of the stream, I don't know how to get back to stream. If we do that, and then it ends the stream, and they can't redo the. I don't know. Anyway, so we're just gonna freeze. So, welcome to the Hangover with Cosmos the Cosmos, where it's gonna be a janky video hangover because of well, if you watch the main episode on High in the Sky for June, then you know that our camera is being a jerk. It's being a real wishy-washy piece of.
Don't. That is an expensive camera I got.
It was. I know. So it should be working. Work.
I bet there's something on Google that will.
It probably just needs. What is rule number 1 of tech support?
Always restart the computer.
Turn off,
but but then that would have messed up though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying earlier. So anyway. So we got the Hangover here at Cosmos with Cosmos. We got a question in chat. Mike, you going to IPS?
You know what's really weird?
Well, IPS, by the way, is International Planetarium Society Conference. Well,
I had a feeling that if Jack were in the pod today, he would ask me that question. Did it freeze?
No, I'm just getting the mouse ready for when it does freeze.
Nope, they're not going to. They're not going to send me to IPS. They have a whole list of people they're sending to IPS. I don't think I was ever in the consideration for it. I didn't ask for it or anything like that.
Where is IPS this year?
It's in Berlin and someplace else in Germany. It's in 2 sites.
It's in 2 sites? Oh.
Yeah.
But
now there's talk about
GLIPA, which is the Great Lakes Planetarium Association. This is all the insider planetarium gab on.
So that would be after Doug.
Oh, Jenna. Jenna is where they do the Full Dome Festival. They have the Jenna Full Dome Festival.
Yep. So long story short, no, I'm not going. But Berlin would be kind of cool to go to.
That would be cool. Go to for Oktoberfest.
Yeah, well, this is the July Fest.
No, yeah. Well, still, get some good German sausage or whatever.
WAC and GLIPA are going to be together? Okay, maybe that's why they're talking about maybe sending me there.
Oh, where are they going to be? Location-wise?
Yes.
Okay, Jack might know. Jack, you tell us where they're going to be.
Indiana?
I only went to the one WAC in Texas, in
New Mexico,
in Texas. Oh no, I went to 2. I went to New Mexico.
Yeah, that's where we saw. That's where we saw.
And the one
the
in Dallas.
Yes.
Yes. In New Mexico was the which astronaut was it? I can't remember.
It was the last dude to walk on the moon. Mitchell.
Yeah, sure.
What?
I don't know.
I think I want to say we had a picture somewhere.
Yeah, we do have a picture, but it's not a great picture. It's like a blurry, like low resolution picture. I think my eyes have the whole red thing.
And I got a speeding ticket on the way to that conference.
You did?
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So we had a meeting. Anyway, we had a meeting where we worked, and so it ran long, and we had to rush out of there to get to Albuquerque because we were driving from Phoenix to Albuquerque, and I got a speeding ticket. Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's fun.
On,
that was not a bad drive. It was a good drive.
It's not time.
Planetarium conferences are always fun.
It's that drive actually. So once you get up to Flagstaff and hang a right, it's not that bad, and you go right past Meteor Crater, and all that kind of stuff.
Which you've been to. I enjoy planetarium conferences. They're always fun. They always got cool talks or guests or things they show or then activities. I remember seeing in New Mexico. We saw the petroglyphs.
Yes, we did.
In New Mexico.
And we also saw 3 volcanoes. Yeah, and I used to live near there, Rio Rancho, Rio Rancho, and so the 3 sisters, I think is what they are.
And we got the 3 sister mountains up here in Bend, up here in Oregon. That's funny.
Yeah, but you definitely can see, like, where the lava, was. Actually, for both of them, right? So it's nothing but lava.
And then when we went to WAC and when it was in Dallas over at the Arlington, before the conference even started, we went over to Six Flags over there and rode some rides.
Yeah,
Learned what Mike can't ride and will never ride again.
Until we did that ride, and it was
the droppy one. It was the droppy one. I love a droppy one, and he went on the droppy one and did not recover from the droppy one, and then we were done for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
because then I didn't want to ride like the big roller coasters by myself.
Yeah,
or I felt bad riding it by myself. Oh.
It was. Oh, that one. Okay.
I'm on it.
Oh, that's cool. Thinking Jackson travel around Germany, places where his father was stationed in West Germany, and his grandfather in World War II.
Oh wow, that would be really cool.
Yeah, I would like to go to where my dad was stationed in Norway, which is outside of Oslo. So you're still a little bit.
We can go to where my grandpa was stationed in Coos Bay, Oregon.
Oh,
and where he saw some skunks, and that was the biggest activity he had
in World War II. And,
yeah,
and so we could do that often.
We could. We could.
My grandfather on my dad's side, so my dad's dad, he came out west. I wonder where he was staying. I think he might have been in New Mexico though. And then there was something up with him, and he got discharged.
Oh. Scandal?
No.
Oh.
No, not at all.
Oh.
I think it was some sort of health thing. The funny thing was, he's a real skinny guy, and every night he would have some beer, and he would be like, I have to have beer because it helps me keep my weight. And when I was a little kid, I was like, okay, I guess that's science. And then, but then I got a little older. I'm like, I don't know about that.
I mean, it helps you keep weight in one area.
Yeah, but he never had that weight in that area.
No, maybe some bread might help.
Maybe so. Oh my god.
I don't know. There's what are you doing? We're live.
I'm trying to find out where my granddad was stationed.
Oh, okay.
I told you I needed to find it. I want to find out.
I don't know. Mom, go ask Dad where Papa Al was stationed. Creating his grandpa's path based on this diary while he served.
Oh.
And that's how I learned about the skunks for my grandpa, is his notes or whatever that he recorded.
They used to always keep diaries. I bought a journal, and I was gonna write in it, but I haven't.
Yeah, that's how it.
That's me. That's me. I'm asking.
That's how it goes. Yeah. So, I don't know where my dad's dad was at during the. Clearly nowhere, or at least they survived. I mean, well, my Papa Dave wasn't in any danger in Coos Bay, Oregon.
No.
I mean, but he was with like the Coast Guard or something. I don't know. It's. I would not do well. I would not do well in a war.
Okay, you're getting another one. Oh, I wouldn't do well in the military anyway, because I would be in basic training, and the sergeant dude would say something, I'd be like, fuck off. And then
you can't handle the authority. You don't have the
No, what is my favorite song?
Fuck authority.
Yeah. So, it's in me.
Yeah. Jack says he does the big 3 things each day in his journal. That's really cool. I mean, Germany would be a really cool place to go to. I mean, I would like to, and obviously the history, lover in me would like to go see the things that are really depressing in Germany. And then I would have to follow that up with like some really good fucking like sausages and beer or something,
quote unquote palate cleanse.
Yeah. My mom has answered. My dad's dad was in Guam.
Okay.
All right. Okay. He was in like the Navy though, right? I think he was in the Navy.
Thick of it.
Well,
Guam is in the thick of it.
See, now I want to know. Now I got to get the history of.
I mean, because
Papa Al's action that he saw.
I think we were launching planes from Guam to go bomb Japan.
Oh.
So,
well, he made it out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Because I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to go to. It'd be cool to go to Germany.
I mean, it'd be cool to go to like anywhere.
Well, some places more than others.
I guess so. Yeah. But like, yeah.
I don't want to go to Afghanistan.
Well, no. I mean, I don't want to go to Afghanistan
No,
because I don't want to have to wear like a
little head to toe thing.
Yeah, I would not do.
No, I want to. Obviously, I want to go to New Zealand, Japan. I want to go anywhere where there's good food.
Oh yeah.
Good food and history.
Good food and history, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to China.
What's your say it? Let's. Oh, okay. I'll let you finish and then I'll.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm going to China.
Peking duck.
In 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it is. June 8th. But anyway,
that is that's Papa Day's birthday. My mom's dad.
Okay, and I'm excited for the food, and everybody is super nice. Mm-hmm. I have never had a bad experience. I don't think anywhere where I've traveled, but except for Charles de Gaulle Airport. Fuck that airport.
I'm sorry. Jack says they have new roller coasters at Canada's Wonderland in Toronto. I really, you know what?
You need a passport.
I regret being just an asshole of a teenager and missing out on going to like see. I think my dad took Katie. You can correct me, to Cedar Rapids or whatever in Ohio, where it was like the really good fucking. They have like they're known for like their roller coaster. Their amusement park, and I don't know why I was such a poop. Missing out on going to ride good roller coasters.
Why did you miss out?
Because I wouldn't go. Right. No Ohio. Okay, it's not in Ohio. Wherever you went,
anyway,
you went to go ride roller coasters.
But you need to get a passport so that we can go to Toronto.
Oh, LA Six Flags. Then what am I remembering about going to Cedar Rapids or something where he went? I don't know. I was a dumb, but anyway. Oh, the LA Six Flags. That's just Magic Mountain. We went to Magic Mountain.
But apparently you missed out.
I missed out.
Yeah, no. You should get a passport so that we can go.
Yeah, 22 roller coasters at Cedar Point in Ohio. That's what Jack says.
Wow.
Oh, God.
When we going to Ohio?
Once my back is better and I can ride a roller coaster.
Oh my gosh, man! Oh, you've had a hard time.
Yeah, I got major sciatica.
She's 115.
Yeah, I'm 115 years old right now. Only on my spine and my left leg. It's 115 years old right now. But anyway, so this hangover has just turned into
100 medications.
This is the wish we were traveling episode of the Hangover, or where. So my question was going to be, what are your top 3 like places you want to travel to?
That I want to go to. In New Zealand.
Oh, okay, but you've been there already.
Still.
Okay.
I don't know what that point is.
Well, you did miss out on Hobbiton, so.
Yeah.
It would be the I was gonna say a revenge tour, but not really.
New Zealand, both islands, and I mean, if you're gonna go all that way, you just can't. You can't do one unless you make a decision that you're gonna go back. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Japan and
3.
Iceland.
Japan, Iceland, and New Zealand. Yeah, Japan is one of mine.
And then the UK would. And just to be out of London.
How obnoxious am I gonna be if I go to the UK? If we go to the UK, how obnoxious are you going to be when we go to New Zealand? Anywhere.
I mean, there's a lot of places. And to be honest,
I'm sure Dad loved that trip, Mom.
I would love for you and I to go to China. I mean, it's a very interesting place. The food is amazing. The people are really nice. I
go for the food. In fact, we're getting Chinese food tonight.
tomorrow night.
Oh shit! It's tomorrow night.
Yeah.
God.
So. Yeah, but the thing with
It's Colorado. I'm thinking Colorado. I think, Katie.
The thing with China Dough is in Dave, name is Ramsey. If you're listening, it's whatever. You do feel like you're constantly watched. And immediately when I land and go up to the people that stamp your passport and they look at you, in my head, it's just screaming free Tibet. And I'm just hoping it doesn't come out.
Don't say it.
That's
the call I need, is that you're locked up in some Chinese prison.
Oh,
you know,
you wouldn't even get a call.
The U.S. Embassy.
You wouldn't get a call.
You
might get a call like years later.
No. I'd get a call. Well, obviously there would be like somebody at ENS would be like, Mike's not reporting in.
Yeah, I know, right?
The people at the planetarium you're supposed to go to, or could be like,
Poland was interesting.
Oh, those pierogies.
The pierogies, but also to have a conversation with the people at the museum, and like I had gone to lunch, and the guy was just telling me about kind of the history of Poland and how they hate the Russians, they hate the Germans.
Gee, obviously I wonder
speaking. Why. I mean, it's so obvious. But love Napoleon, and I'm like, wait a second. Why do you guys love Napoleon? Because he's not really a well-liked guy.
No. No, I mean, come on. We give little yappy little dogs Napoleon syndrome.
Yeah.
You know.
And he was like, it's because they let us be ourselves.
Yeah, while conquering you.
Yeah,
all right, you can just be yourselves. We own you, but you can.
Yeah, he just let
Polish.
us kind of run our own lives in Poland, and so. But the food was really good.
Right. We got away from the top 3 places.
Oh well, okay, yeah, but we're frozen again.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm gonna agree with Katie.
Okay,
It was gonna be
Iceland, New Zealand.
Japan, Iceland, New Zealand.
Right.
I think.
The next IPS is in Japan.
Ooh. Is it really?
Because so Jack's top 3 are UK, New Zealand, and Chile again. Did you go to Atacama? Yes. See, this is hard for me now because New Zealand has become one of the top 3 to go to because it's New Zealand, Lord of the Rings, and Xena and Hercules were filmed there, and I want to go to one of the black sand beaches. And then I can run. I can run,
right?
But it's not the same. And then I can run on the beach going, "Hey!" like I'm Xena.
Of all the places, we're gonna go to New Zealand first.
Yes. I would love to go to Japan. Because I'm not so much of a buff anymore, but I got huge anime. Was into anime, just a ton of anime, and I like Japanese culture, and also just sushi and ramen. The food there would be amazing. But then the like history buff in me is like, I really want to go to Greece. And like the Parthenon and all that. But then I also would love to go to like Ireland and Scotland,
UK, yeah.
and see all and all those old castles and that kind of shit. Like I want to go touch like an old castle.
What is that? Is the Blarney Stone? Is that the one where you can kiss it?
Yeah, you kiss the Blarney Stone.
I
also would love to see the pyramids, but I don't really want to go to Egypt. But I would love to see the pyramids.
Okay, so for your family, since I know they're listening, I don't know if I think I have said this, that it was really hard for me to turn down a potential job in New Zealand.
Yes.
It was very, very hard.
Yes.
We
could have lived in New Zealand.
But also we could have lived in Berlin.
That's true.
I was...
But then we wouldn't have Leia.
No, I was really... this just sounds like we're frozen.
Thank you.
It sounds like so fucking arrogant, but it was true at the time. I was sought out, by Planetarium in Berlin, Planetarium in Wellington.
Yeah. But we didn't take it because we'd be too far from family. So you're welcome. And now we're just 2 to 3 hours from my family. So you're welcome.
Yeah, so you guys can thank Liz, I guess.
Oh my God, we could have gotten free healthcare in both of those places. Yep. Man.
Yeah. I would have had a free heart surgery.
Yeah. Oh well. But I wish it was like more cheaper. It was more economically feasible to travel the world and see and experience all the different cultures. I feel like the people that travel a lot and go to all these different cultures and countries a lot, that they have a better they're more open. They become more open-minded and have a better appreciation for just humanity in general.
Yeah.
And because they're out of their silo of their own, nation of
right.
Whatever.
There's a reason why. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I think that college. Undergraduate college should be free. At least the first 2 years. The first 2 years should be free. And that everybody should go to college. Because college, you're not traveling to another country, but
but there is study abroad, and if study abroad was more, feasible during college, what? Study abroad.
Oh, yeah. But what I'm saying, though, is that if you go to college... to a university for 2 years, and it's free. First of all, you're gonna get something out of it.
2 years or 4 years?
I'm saying that the first 2 years are free,
at least. You're just okay.
At least, the first 2 years are free, and then because what it'll do is it will give you something beyond high school, which is now required everywhere.
Yes.
But also, it is going to mean that you are going to meet people that are different. And you're going to be less likely to be just...
Unless you go to an Ivy League, and then you're just stuck with a bunch of rich people. Rich assholes.
Well, yeah, but still. I mean, chances are people in...
But if it's, free, then it's more possible for, a lot of different people, more people to go.
I think some of these people that fly certain flags around... they would benefit from meeting people that's different.
Yeah.
And, things like that.
Yeah.
And the problem is that they spend a lot of their time just being with people that you're in an echo chamber.
Yeah.
You're in an echo chamber. And then so, they meet, if they meet me, they're meeting somebody that's different because... I'm just so opposite of what they are, and what they represent. And, it might do them good. And broaden their perspectives a little bit.
Get rid of some of that stereotype thought or,
we become friends, whatever that means. But,
be best friends.
But then they... like, okay, so some politician's coming up with this idea, that might affect Mike. It then makes you think outside of yourself.
Right. Jack said his sister was planning on using Iceland as her family's travel checklist item for volcanoes. Ooh. And his niece took 6 pictures to not smile for her passport.
Oh, yeah, you can't smile. They tell you not to smile.
Yeah.
You have to...
Why?
I don't know. It's just some sort of easier thing.
Look different if I smile unless I put a grill in or something.
Yeah, no, I think it...
I would Iceland has become a new list on the list of places to travel. A, Northern Lights. B, it just looks like a really cool, pun intended, just interesting place. And we watched... it was Everybody Loves Somebody Feed Phil, and he went to Iceland.
And that
just the food now looks just really, really good because you have other people that have come into Iceland and expanded the food with different cultures, and then incorporating still like the traditional Icelandic food.
Hey, I can't do smiles.
Oh, it will eventually. It also can't do black people.
No, I can't. Yeah, so you're not supposed to smile at all. And you gotta take your glasses off and stuff.
Just Van Damme it.
Yeah. And so, see, this is like a mug shot.
If only it froze right then.
I should look at mine again.
Your passport?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it renewed.
I almost got a passport when we were teased with the New Zealand trip by Brandon, but then it didn't happen, and so then I didn't want to pay the whatever cost it was to get the passport.
Yeah, it's basically a mugshot. So, Disney or New Zealand? Which one would you pick?
I mean, Disney is cheaper, but New Zealand, ideally.
Okay, don't...
All right, well, New Zealand, because we've been to Disney, and as much as I love Disney, I would love to leave the country once in my life.
Yeah,
I've never left the country.
My daughter, Susanna, said we're going to Disney in January 2026.
Jack's sister's boy toy wants to go to the Punk Museum while there.
Hey, Las Vegas. Wait a minute, what?
Wait, in Iceland there's a Punk Museum? Because there's one in Las Vegas.
There's one in Vegas.
That's
Fat
Mike's
Punk
Museum.
What Punk Museum is in Iceland? Now I gotta look this up.
Now we have to go to Iceland.
Yeah, I want to go to the Punk Museum in Vegas. And I really want to have we're frozen. At the it's literally underground. Iceland Punk Museum.
Oh, underground. Oh.
It's got to be in Reykjavik. No, it's not in Reykjavik.
Oh.
It is in some other word you can't pronounce.
Oh, what? Let's see.
Oh no, it is in Reykjavik.
Oh, okay.
It's in Reykjavik. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, Punkt 7 Islands. Punkt 7.
Oh, Pentecost might affect these hours. Why would Pentecost affect a punk museum? Anyway, yeah, all right. Jesus.
Okay, all right.
But the one in Vegas, you can have tours from like band members.
Yeah, they just show up and give tours.
Yeah, they'll show up and give tours.
Like, how cool would that be?
And it would be really cool to, like, to get a tour from some of these people.
Yeah.
And for the one in Vegas, it's if you've ever had a flyer. So if you've ever put a flyer up on... We're frozen again. Oh. If you've ever put a flyer up on a pole or anything like that, you can then be in the museum as an exhibit.
Really?
Yeah, so it makes me want to just make a band.
I should tell some old friends that their band putting flyers up back in the day.
Though.
Oh, well.
You gotta be punk.
Right.
It can't be metal.
Oh, well.
It's the punk museum, it's not the metal museum.
They're definitely not punk, so... Oh, but I do have friends from high school that did have a punk band that maybe had flyers. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Pentecost is not necessarily a Catholic thing because...
Do they have pentagrams in the
Pentecost is the period in the church calendar that goes from after Jesus goes up into the sky into like a month before Christmas.
When he goes up into the sky, is that
so
when he comes back? When he goes back into the rock,
Ascension.
Or when he's actually?
It's like right now.
It's after he comes out of the rock cave.
Comes out of the rock. He does some shit.
Cave.
We're frozen.
Oh, okay. God.
He comes out of the rock. He does some shit for 40 days.
Okay.
Hangs out, talks to people, shows up as it goes.
Okay.
And then he ascends up into heaven, which we just did.
Oh.
Yeah. So that just happened.
That just happened. He just ascended.
Yeah.
He just flew up there.
Wow. And then it will. Okay, so 50 days after Easter, Pentecost starts, which literally means 50.
Because Easter changes. The date of Easter changes because it depends on when the first full moon is on the first Sunday after the first full moon or whatever bullshit.
Yeah, and then it basically goes until November.
And then what's the point of Pentecost? What do you do? You do stuff?
I don't know.
Or is it just a time frame?
It's just a time frame in the calendar. You just,
okay.
I don't know. You do Pentecostal shit.
Oh. Okay.
No, I mean, I paid attention as a kid, because I went every Sunday, but I have a choice. I was put in a car. And
yeah, but that was Lutheran then.
that was Lutheran, and they did Pentecostal stuff, and then
okay.
yeah, I just remember that being it's like half the year.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I paid attention, but I didn't. It's a bunch of standing up and sitting down.
I wonder who has the most fun, like, religious activities or things. Obviously the feasting, the fasting one is not going to be. That doesn't seem the funnest.
You mean what's the
like
the funnest denomination?
Who was the most fun with their ceremonies and their calendar events?
Well, let's just say that probably the Baptist and those people, not so much, because everything is frowned
just
upon.
In their church service, because they get all that. Woo, yeah.
Yeah, right. But
I meant like the ceremony.
What
are those?
Oh,
things?
We're frozen.
God,
we're frozen.
So fast.
I will tell you, African American churches.
Yeah, but no, I mean the Ramadans and those kind of things, and the Jewish ceremonies, they have their little things. I wonder which one's the most fun. Obviously, Hanukkah's not. Clearly, Christmas is the most fun, and that one.
Are any of them really fun?
But that's a Hallmark holiday now.
Are any of them really fun? You're not having a drink. And
which one? Well, okay, with a better food then. That's what I'm thinking. Who's got some good food? That you celebrate with. All right.
Yeah. I mean, and then it's all about making you feel bad about thoughts that might be in your head or whatever, and so it's
I'm just wondering which one can we crash? Which one's the best to crash for a day so we could just get in on whatever fun activity is happening or food that's going on. I don't know. The snake one, though,
Christmas Eve
could be fun.
Christmas Eve? I mean, that seems pretty... We're frozen again. Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve feels like it's kind of, wild. Festive. Mm-hmm. But the most dramatic one that I've seen is, at least it was in the Lutheran Church, was the Good Friday service, where they strip the altar, and it's really just dramatic as anything, and so... they will slam the Bible. I mean, it makes a loud noise. There's no singing or anything. Why? It's just a...
and blew out the audio. Why?
Because Jesus dead. He's dead now. He died.
That's okay.
And everybody's all sad and shit. And so they slam the book short and close, and then they you have these people who walk down the aisle and they literally just strip. They take everything off the altar.
Oh, it'd be funny if they just started stripping.
Well, they're usually
but then do they have the?
They're usually
bring in
85
the smoke,
years old.
The incense.
No, that's Catholic. That's Catholic.
I do like the incense. I would just be like, woo.
Yeah, and then
Phil burn some wheat, bring it in, burn some weed in it, and just hotbox the whole church.
Get everybody contact eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they walk out, and then there's no music. Everybody just walks out. It's just to silence, and then in that way, there's a big contrast between that and Easter, which is definitely a lot more joyous.
Because you got an Easter egg.
Back.
You got Jesus and eggs. You got to find him. You got to find him in all the eggs.
Right,
it's
and
the
so
Jesus Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, and then it's okay, Jesus is a zombie at this point.
Yeah, man, watch out.
And for 50 days, he ate people. He ate people for 50 days.
My mom got visited by Jehovah's Witnesses. Really? We
got visited by the Mormons.
We gotten that. We got Jehovah's.
Oh,
too.
Jehovah's Witnesses. That was in Ogden.
They don't seem like they do anything fun at all.
The Jehovah's. Oh no, they don't. Jehovah's Witnesses. No, they came here as well, but they just gave me a pamphlet.
Yeah, in Ogden, always give a pamphlet.
In Ogden, it was, hey, we want to talk to you about Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever. And I'm like, we're not interested. And the lady said,
oh, yeah.
but the lady of the house, she was interested.
Yes.
And I'm like, you don't know the lady of the house.
Totally.
And if you were not holding back dogs, I would have had you talk to them. But recently, we were visited by the Mormons, and that was unexpected. And so I actually talked to them. I was nice. And I was like, look, nobody's going to convince anybody of anything here. So I'm not going to join you. I'm not going to convince you to just give up all this stuff that you seem to be passionate about.
Even though they're like, what, 19, 18?
Yeah, they're 18, 19. And the guy was like, can I read you some Bible passages? And I'm like, you do whatever, man. You do you. You do you.
Whatever makes you look good to your, whoever your leader, your chaperone guy.
Yeah. The guy that's going to pick you up in the van later.
It is interesting that in our town of 3,000 that there is a Mormon church here.
Yeah, it's just right over there, right?
Yeah.
But, he... because basically I said I believe in science and all this kind of stuff, and that was the stuff I believed in. And he really tried his best. I mean, he basically did a Mormon Google search on Big Bang.
Science and...
Big Bang.
How can I weave this in?
Yeah, Big Bang and Mormon beliefs. But then I was also
the Mormon men are having a lot of big bangs.
Yeah. But then I was also like, you guys don't do too well with LGBTQ stuff.
Or like alcohol or anything fun, actually.
Oh, but those two guys are drinking somewhere. But anyway, I was really hoping you'd come out, but you didn't come out, but you didn't really hear.
I don't remember what I was doing.
You were working. It was during the work day.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yes, and I was like, "Who is he talking to?"
It was during the work day.
I thought it was maybe like some sales thing or.
And I did
whatever.
tell my boss. I was like, just so you know, the Mormons came. Jack, cut it out. And then Dog Jack, cut it out. And I did tell my boss, I'm like, okay, look, your guys came, and I did speak with them. I won't claim it, but
Jack, that's nice. The Mormons came to him in the hottest summer, and he offered them water because they looked like Walking Dead, nearly the Walking Dead. Those poor people having to just, door-to-door salesman their religion. Also, when they would come by in Utah, and I'm like, you're already. What are you selling? You're already here, and
it's like,
why are you having a mission?
Why are you on a mission? And because they go wherever the leadership tells them to go, and it just seems like they probably send the people that are poor salesmen to
the easiest.
Utah.
We'll give them the easy areas. My mom says the Jehovah's told her that the Northern Lights was proof of the maker. She said a deity had nothing to do with it. Oh, I would love that if we got that, because we would be like, well, no, it's actually the high energy particles from the sun that are interacting with our magnetic field, and blah 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 blah.
Their brains would melt. It's and then
you could get real deep in physics with it. Break out your fancy physics man hat.
Yeah, and then, but but then to follow it up, me like, are you a member of the 144,000? I just want to ask that. Because if you're not, don't talk to me. I want the people that are frozen.
But that includes of all time too.
This guy,
Didn't we do we looked up how many humans have existed on the Earth throughout all of history?
Yeah,
and it's like your chances, but your chances of being a part of the 144,000 are better than winning the lottery.
Yep, because the lottery at the time was like $20 billion. So we're frozen again.
Right.
Yeah, so it was, oh my God, that was,
I was surprised actually at that, because I for sure thought the chances of winning the lottery were going to be better than being
I know.
Out of every human that's existed on the planet, on this planet. I mean, but were we factoring in like Neanderthals and
no, it was just how many people lived on Earth. And all right. So let me. All right. Talk.
But then I want to know, does that include like the entire universe? Because then it's like, are we talking whatever other intelligent life form could be out there?
Okay, but that's for people like us. Those are the questions that we.
Yeah, but that's the questions I want them to answer.
These people believe that this is the only place of life.
The only place of life. Okay. Do they know about the Drake equation?
No. All right.
Yeah, they really should amend the dress code if they're sending them out into 105-degree weather in summer. Like allow just the white shirt with the name tag and maybe some khaki shorts. I think that's just kind of like why this weird dress code.
Yeah.
That has what's the point of this dress code?
We're frozen.
Ah.
Okay, so according to Google, 117 billion people have lived on Earth in the history of the Earth.
I feel like
you have a 0.0001238% chance of being 144,000. So
and that doesn't include all the future humans. When is the cutoff? Yes. When is the whole ascension of the 144 happen?
Well, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Then how many future humans are there going to be to then make your chances go even lower?
So, with every single day, I would think that your chances of being 144
decrease. Yeah. But if it's already chosen no matter what you do, then do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
Then fuck it. Live your life.
Fuckism.
Fuck yeah, live your life. If it doesn't matter what you do, if the people are already chosen, and if somebody's chosen and they're, listen to shit like I listen to or whatever, like if it's one of us, well, what does it matter if you follow a rule?
I think you and I have a better shot at getting in than some of these other people.
Yeah, let me tell you. So we had the Oak Ridge Tree Planting Festival a couple weeks ago.
And I still have not gotten my reward.
Yeah, I know karma has not come back to you.
Anyway,
so there was some parade and all these little community things, but we went down and there was a little there was a little plant sale, which we got some plants. I'm very excited about.
But then we plant it and they were like, it's a lonely plant.
I know, they say it's lonely. We'll get more plants for it. But anyway, we got some plants. A couple plants.
And then we were like, let's go to the food truck.
And we went to a food truck. There was one food truck there. And then we got our food. And then these kids came up and they went to pay for their food and it was declined. And Mike's like, should I? And I was like, I was thinking about it. And then so Mike went up and paid for their food. It
was like 5 kids.
And but then the lady was like, this is the 5th time that they've been here. And so they've already gotten a bunch of...
Maybe that's why I haven't gotten my reward.
Yeah.
We're frozen.
I had already gotten a bunch of food. I was like, well, if I'd known that this was their 5th visit to the food truck...
we still would have done it. Yeah. We still would have done it. The kid...
It was kind of we've all been in that situation. It's embarrassing.
This kid's in high school.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's his card or his parents' card, but
anyway, so yeah, I was like, that's how we did a good deed. We were proud of ourselves. And then what happens? Your knee breaks. My back was already broken.
Oh, but my knee feels better now.
Oh, okay.
So
there you go.
They were not. They definitely were not.
They were just hungry teenagers that eat a lot. Basically, is what it is. And that food truck was good.
We literally watched them go back down to their house.
Yeah, which we were surprised because he was like, "Is the buzzer gonna reach that far?" Because it was one of those when it buzzes, your food's up, and the food truck lady was like, "Yeah, surprisingly, it works that far away."
Yeah, and their house was just right down the street on the left.
Yeah, they were just a bunch of hungry teenagers. How teenagers just keep eating.
And the thing is the older kid with the card, he's in high school. He's in high school, but the little kid's elementary school age, and so he's doing. It was a he, right? It was a so he's doing this great thing where he's basically looking out for these younger kids and trying to
probably siblings or friends.
Yeah, trying to make them have a good day. It was a good day.
Yeah, that was our good deed.
Yeah, I have not gotten my good karma because we've all broken down. But you've really broken down. Oh my god.
Dying.
So.
Dying.
Yeah, well,
now
no more
good
good deeds.
Now we're gonna have bad karma because we bragged about our good deeds. So it's, you know.
Well, in Buddhism, it's like that. You know, like you can do something good, but if you're gonna brag about it, yeah. So I'm never doing a good deed ever again. Going back to cold heart. Heart of stone.
We haven't talked about any space stuff in this hangover.
No, but sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we don't. You were going to say we never do, but that's not true. Sometimes we don't.
That's why I changed it. I modified it.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk about space stuff. But, it was a high in the sky, so, there's not a lot of space stuff.
What are you guys going to talk about in 2 weeks?
That's a good question. I don't know what our topic will be.
Oh, no, in a month, in 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what our topic will... I mean, if Brandon's... Well, because you want to be part of the Goddard episode, right? Because that's Brandon's big
I mean, I would love to be a part of it, but if there's no other topic, then... I also want to do a Stephen Hawking episode. Well, we have a whole list of... Yeah,
we can look at the list. But feel free to suggest topics to us as well. Because, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your mom will send stuff.
Jackie missed a whole did. Yeah, you missed a couple episodes. We noticed because I was like, oh, we don't have some fun drink.
Well, I'm like
creative drink
because I was like,
Jackie
where's
shared.
Jack? We haven't seen Jack. And so I guess it was cool.
Which was really like two shows, Jack, basically.
Yeah, but that's a long time.
Yeah. What? Well, it's good to have you back. I'm glad you're kind of done with your craziness. Things are settling. It's end of the school year. I feel like the school year just started. Like, what the fuck is with the time happening?
Yeah, I think our
now I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get ready for like Halloween because I have Halloween goals.
Okay. We have so much shit between now.
I know, but it always sneaks up on me because every year I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like get my costume early. I'm gonna figure that out, and it's always like a week before Halloween. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta find a costume to throw together.
I mean, we have to go. We have to go to South Carolina. Then we're gonna go to Seattle.
Oh, right, yes. Okay.
Can I cancel those tickets? Can I sell them? Can I sell them?
It's just a day.
Can I sell those?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, and then in September, we're gotta be going to your parents.
Well, yeah, because we'll have birthday stuff.
And then in October, we go to Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And then in November, it's going to be, is it going to be Thanksgiving here? Is it going to be...
Yeah.
Ben? All right, and then in December it's Ben, and then in January we just collapse in a puddle of goo.
It is actually quite a kind of a busier year for us. I mean, last year was busy because we had the move and everything, but that was just kind of.
Well, yeah, but I'm also debating. It's like June 29th. Do I want to go see NoFX in Portland? And then in August, there is Bikini Kill.
Oh, but also at the end of June, the new Elden Ring DLC comes out. And so that's like, oh, we got to just become hermits for...
Right, but it's NoFX Pennywise, Bad Cop. But I really want to see Bikini Kill.
Yeah.
And that's in August.
Yeah, but that's like a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday.
Up in Portland.
No, well, Forest Grove.
Yeah.
It's in Forest Grove, but Bikini Kill, Girl Riot.
Yeah, I just don't know if I have the time off because I got to save it for Doug because of all the other travel that we're doing.
Yeah. All right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to cancel South Carolina. Bikini Kill is more important. And we're going...
We're not canceling South Carolina. You're going to see your family. I would like to see your family where you grew up. And I mean, I'm not looking forward to the humidity and dying and just becoming a pool of sweat.
We're going to be in the pool. Oh, I need that.
Because I sweat very easily. So I'll just be melting the entire time. I'll just be wet. I'll just constantly be wet.
Well, we're going to be in the pool.
Yeah. I got a new bathing suit and it has dinosaurs on it. And I'm very excited about it.
Cool. Maybe we ought to wrap this up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Now we're getting a little. Anyway, I mean, that's true hangover fashion is, technology doesn't work, and we just ramble on about nonsensical things and don't provide any educational value
No,
whatsoever.
it was a good conversation.
Yeah,
People
this is
were involved.
this is the interactive back and forth part of the live show, whereas the other one is like,
maybe
hey,
when we
we're
upload
recording
it-
a podcast, we just happen to do it live.
Maybe when we upload it, there's a little sticker on it that says, "There's no astronomy." This so.
Oh, I always say I'll say in the description, like, we just bullshit the whole time. Usually I say like our typical like shenanigans of nonsense.
OP Live, yeah. So
yeah.
now that my sister is not getting married, we were gonna go Friday and Saturday night to try to find OP
Yeah,
Live.
we'll find the OP Live cops, see what they're doing.
Take my 80-year-old dad.
Prowl around town.
Yeah.
Looking for anyway, thank you all for joining us on this episode of The Hangover. Of course, we went on our typical rants of just personal things and shenanigans, but we love interacting with everybody out there. So you can find The Hangovers only on YouTube if you miss the live shows. Of course, follow us on all the things at Drinking Cosmos on Twitter and Cosmos with Cosmos, everywhere else you get your social medias or your podcasts, except for like just on Instagram and Facebook. That's only and Twitter. That's the only social medias we're on. And Twitter, as I said, is at Drinking Cosmos. Anyway.
And for some of you guys, we'll see you in 5 days.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. And that will be after, that will have art when this goes up on the internet. So that will have already happened, and time is meaningless, so it won't exist anymore.
In the past, it doesn't exist. The future and the past don't exist, but you can change the future. Anyway,
and on that
cheers,
note,
everybody.
Thanks. We'll see ya. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I'm ending it. I gotta get my mouse over there. This happens every time. We're very unprofessional. Bye.
Wait a minute, and we froze.
Oh.